I done it all, I need some inspiration. Gave so much away and still I got so much to gain. Think it's time for some reciprocation. Looking back on where I started, all these blessings in my pocket. I've been popping, so I ain't complaining. Pulled up to the water just to listen to the waves. All I hear it say is be more patient. Your time is coming, but I know you anxious. You might be going through some growing pains. Yeah, that feeling when you feel uncertain.
Tulsa is a city with a deep story. From the ashes of Black Wall Street to new movements like Fire in Little Africa, the culture has always been about resilience, creativity, and rebuilding. Today, we've got one of the architects of that culture, a man who's not only putting Tulsa's hip-hop on the map, but also building platforms for others to shine. Let's welcome Steph Simon. For the people who may not know you, brother, can you introduce yourself to the people? Let us know a little bit about who you are and where you're from.
Man, if this is your first time hearing me or getting to know me, my name is Steph Simon. I'm a father. I'm a artist, entrepreneur, educator. I'm from North Tulsa, Oklahoma, born and raised, and I advocate for just Black community, Black foundation. I push for infrastructure. I push for an ecosystem. And that's what I do in my music. That's the content of my character, is to push where we can all grow together. So thank you for having me, bro. I appreciate you once again. And happy to be here.
Now, like I said, I appreciate you, you know what I mean, because you are a big pioneer in the city. So, you know, I wanted to bring you on here, you know. When people say Tulsa made me, what does that mean to you personally?
Man, personally, Tulsa made me, as far as the content that I push, the type of man that I've grown to be. I actually have a song that I'm working on called My City Made Me Do It, which is dope that you brought this up. But I'm big on like history, and I'm big on the saying that you don't know where you're going if you don't know where you've been. I'm very big on that, and that's very true. And growing up in North Tulsa, I was very observant of the limited resources that we had, being that I was a graduate at Union High School. So determining the tale of the two cities, it was like two different sides of the coin. And I'll be out here at this school living this way, but when I come home or when I'm back in my neighborhood, it was not the same as resourceful as the other town. And I always wonder why. Because that was just high school, from elementary school, ECDC Bunch, Hawthorne Elementary School, Carver Middle School, which was actually on Greenwood, and even a small tenure at Central High School. You grow up in this atmosphere, and all the way up until my transfer into Union, I thought Tulsa started at I thought Tulsa stopped at Admiral, at Walmart.
Yeah.
Like truly, like I didn't know that there was anything behind Walmart on Admiral. When you go around that highway, I thought that was all out of town. I thought that was like the end of Tulsa to downtown to Turley. I thought that was it. That was my parameters. I didn't know anything went behind past Central. So just to give you my parameters, if you're from Tulsa, but that's a small section of the city if you're not from Tulsa. And so everybody I seen growing up all the way until I'm 16 years old was black people. And you were either cousins or almost cousins or play cousins. Like I just grew up, that's how tight Tulsa was pre-digital age and like where we're at now. So, but like I said, I was very observant to knowing, oh man, it's like a million churches out here, and that's it. There's nowhere to shop. There's nowhere to go to grocery store except at Walmart. Nowhere to go after, like, we want to go to the movies, Promenade Mall. That felt like we were going out of town. You know what I'm saying? We went to Woodland Hills Mall on Sundays. That felt like we were traveling for hours to go. in Eastland Mall. It just felt like we were so far away from home. And then I want to say I was 23 years old, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm on YouTube on my PlayStation 3. I'm in the house, I'm just smoking, being a young adult, fresh out of high school, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching YouTube and I'm watching the Game and 50 Cent. Game and 50 Cent was all a part of G Unit at one time.
Mm-hmm.
I took a liking to the Game. I always like that. Like I'm a big Sonic fan. I'll always like Knuckles. Like that third person they bring on. You know what I'm saying? Like I always like that third person that they bring into the fold. And that was like Sonic was 50 Cent, Knuckle Tails was Lloyd Banks, and here come Knuckle. You know what I'm saying? Like and he's red too. And like I'll be following patterns, bro. I'm a big pattern person. I think like all this stuff is normal. It's all in the Bible and everything. But I always like that wild card that people bring on. You know what I'm saying? And like Chingy or whatever with it's like with Nelly. It's always or Young Dro. It's always like a third cool person, Kanye West, that they bring into the fold, and they end up beefing and parting.
Mm-hmm.
And 50 Cent in the Game ends up in this beef, in this disconnection. And I side with Game because he was the more lyrical, storytelling, capable. He was just a better rapper than 50 Cent than me. So I sided with Game, and he's starting his own record label called Black Wall Street.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first time I ever heard the phrase Black Wall Street was the Game. And I went to Carver. I've been to many MLK parades on Greenwood. I've been in the Greenwood Culture Center so many times for so many different things and never heard Black Wall Street until that. And so I'm like, yeah, I'm with Black Wall Street. I'm not with G. I'm a Black Wall Street kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? We had G Unit people from Tulsa. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day.
I remember that.
Just to educate everybody, like we young, just like kids today, emulate EBK movement.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like we was emulating the G Unit movement.
The Cash Money No Limits.
Cash Money No Limit. It was Dipset. Kids out here like being Dipset.
Mm-hmm.
So just to like give people, you know what I'm saying, detail. That's how it felt. And like I said, I was sided with the Game, and he had Black Wall Street. Had no idea the origin, and so he makes this big diss track called 300 Bars. This is a big Game promotion right now that he's getting all the promo.
I remember that.
At the end of it, it's a guy named Spider Low, and he on there like Black Wall Street, fuck G Unit. It's Black Wall Street, Brazil and Wimbledon, Compton. You know what I'm saying? They just repping where they from.
Mm-hmm.
So as I'm listening and I'm watching the TV on the side of the YouTube. I tell this story all the time. On the side of the YouTube, related searches has like 4 or 5 different, you know what I'm saying? You might like
videos. Mm-hmm.
Other videos. There's a documentary that says Tulsa Race Massacre, Black Wall Street, 1921. And I click it. It's like an hour long. And I'm watching it. I'm watching the documentary, bro. And it felt like the first time I watched the Illuminati documentary around that same time. I was just like, because I'm like, bro, this happened in Tulsa.
You know, I remember when he came with that, and I remember a lot of people in Tulsa were, we the real Black Wall Street. I remember that, you know what I mean? But going back to what you're saying, it was surprising to me as well because it's not taught here.
It wasn't taught, bro. It wasn't taught. It was not taught. It wasn't uttered. Like it wasn't uttered. You know what I'm saying?
Like when them like if you were to speak on Pennywise or something, you know what I mean? You wasn't
Yeah, yeah. It wasn't uttered, bro. So I'm like, I'm high, I'm angry. I'm like, you mean to tell me North Tulsa had, because you see debris and you see over there on Denver and Cheyenne, you see stairs, like you see smokers. Back then, it was before Osage. You see smokers all over the place and in the fields and in that area, and it's just steps. You see all that. Like even as a kid, you seen all that. And the fruit stand on Apache and Lewis, it's a tire shop now. It's a Latino tire shop now. It was a fruit stand, but you didn't know that was like the fruit locate the produce spot. You didn't know that. You know what I'm saying?
I remember that as a child too.
Like it was so many. You didn't know Apache was popping. Like you didn't know Big Ten Ballroom. You didn't know Skate Town at the 36th Street Event Center. Like we didn't know, and that's just the 80s and 70s. I ain't even got into like the 20s of the actual Black Wall Street prime of it. I'm like, we didn't know even what was going on in the 80s and the 70s, let alone the 20s. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm answering all my questions of like, yeah, it ain't nothing out here because they burned it down and just left it. And we just living in the remainings of a thriving metropolis, Atlanta. Like you know what I'm saying? We just living in the smoke of what could be Atlanta. If you ever been to Atlanta or Washington, D.C. or Charlotte or Durham, you know what I'm saying?
Los Angeles.
Jacksonville, or like we just living in that. And I'm like, dog, I can't believe this shit. So as a rapper that's trying to find his identity in that time, and from 19 to 23, I'm trying to find my identity, bro. I'm trying to rap like Messy Marv. I'm trying to rap like Chip the Ripper. I'm trying to rap like Ludacris. I'm trying to rap like Tum Tum and DSR. We always trying to rap like them.
I remember that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm trying to find my identity. And I'm like, nigga, it's this. This is not even just my identity. This is like our identity.
Yes, our identity. Yeah.
Like this is ours. We all need to be talking about this, and not even on those super political, revolutionary. If you want to get Chuck D and get revolutionary, get revolutionary. But we all should be. My thing with my music was like I want to talk about living a lavish lifestyle with Black people as exaggerated as I can, and in comparison to how much we exaggerate killing each other, and how much we exaggerate how bad it is, because that shit is exaggerated. Niggas ain't dying every day. Niggas ain't killing each other every day. This shit happens, you know what I'm saying, in a systematic way. But I wanted to exaggerate it. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to combat Thugtown. And I'm gonna combat Thugtown with spending black. I love you, my nigga. I'm gonna spend with you, my nigga. I'm gonna build with you, my nigga. I'm gonna critique you so you can be better, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like everything in production, everything in love. You know what I'm saying? Everything for the betterment. And with the foundation being, I'm only doing this because this is where we come from. This is what we used to do. So let's do it and do it better. You know what I'm saying? So, and I've marched with you. You know what I'm saying? And Negro Spiritual. We've been outside. You know what I'm saying? Guns in hand, screaming through the hood, telling niggas to stop the violence for real. Like real blocks and blocks and blocks of it. Like, so I've always
glad you pointed that out. I'm glad you pointed that out, because I mean you and I both, you just said it. This ain't scripted or nothing, but we both did political work. We both did the community work out here.
Yeah, I feel like, right. I feel like not only can I can talk about it because I'm about it. like, you know what I'm saying? I'm actually about it too in real life. So um to that, to when it's for us, like I'm almost about it to a fault. You know what I'm saying? Like I put the people first a lot of times, too much. I'm just because I want it so bad for us.
Mm-hmm.
So um one second. So but I'm always ready to bat. So it's like just like a rapper that sells dope and a rapper that kills and shit like that, we wanting to hold them accountable to that. Like if you're really talking about that, be that. You know what I'm saying? Be that way.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt the same way about the music. If I'm really gonna be standing for us, not even just the corner of Greenwood and Archer, just North Tulsa, a system of North Tulsa, I want to be able to walk and talk and fight that. You know what I'm saying? And so, to answer your question, and I know it's a long answer, but like that made me this way. You know, like that's what made me like this. Is the Tulsa made me this way. Because if I was from anywhere else, I would just be trying to rap and get famous.
Mm-hmm.
But because I'm from Tulsa, I'm trying to build an infrastructure so people can. It's like it's like I'm trying to build the NFL from scratch, so people can get into the NFL and change their lives. We never talk about the nigga that created
Right.
you know what I'm saying, the
Right.
NFL. I'm trying to build a community for music. So I teach at McLean. I'm at McLean right now in my classroom. A freshman is probably going to reap the benefits of what I'm trying to build when he's 25, maybe. Like, it's not for me. I'm going to thrive in it and get what I get in it. But the shit that Quincy Jones and Barry Gordy built was shit. The Temptations was in middle school when they were laying the foundation for you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's how I look at it. I'm like, Tulsa hip hop is still in the origin conception thing, and like Tulsa made me this way. We don't have the economy already, the ecosystem. So somebody has to create it. And because it was wiped away, if the Dreamland Theater was still up, we would have a Showtime at the Apollo. That was our Apollo. That was the Apollo before Apollo. You know, like this was Harlem before Harlem. This was Atlanta before Atlanta. So we would have had the Outcasts and the T.I.s and the Jeezys and you know what I'm saying? Like so, but because we don't have it, it's because we don't have anything that can hold it. And I wanna create that. And sorry for the long-winded answer, bro, but like it's a long-winded answer. And that's what Tulsa made me do that. And if I was from another city, I wouldn't be thinking to do it because it's already there.
See, I respect your response because that was 100. Excuse me. But you made me think of two things. The first one was that mural that's down there on Greenwood with all the names and how much money is owed to the families. You made me think how when you first heard about Black Wall Street, when I first went down there and I saw that mural, and I thought about all the people whose name is on here that is missing out, you know what I mean, on what's owed to them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And most of it's probably because they don't even know who their family members is.
Right.
You know, a lot of us don't know who our peoples are. Well, I do, but a lot of people don't know who their people are. And then the second thing I was thinking about was, damn, it'll come back to me, but it'll come back to me. I forgot that fast. But I wanted to ask you, when did you first realize music wasn't just a hobby, it was your calling?
It wasn't writing is my calling. Music became my coping mechanism when my mom passed in 2008, June 13th, Friday the 13th, 2008. My mom passed, and my coping mechanism, thank God, that was my drug of choice. Because weed wasn't working and drinking it away wasn't working. Feeling sorry for myself wasn't working. but like to put a beat on and just zone out. I always was a writer. I always was a journalist. I wanted to be a journalist. I wanted to go to school for journalism. I always sat in my treehouse and just wrote stories and then acted them out with my toys and shit. Like I would be a YouTube kid to if I was born today, like playing with toys. You know what I'm saying? Like that was me. And but when she passed away, I just clinged to that, expressing myself through music. A lot of my early music is very emotional and like just venting. It wasn't even about lyrical skill or just making good songs or making things feel the way. It was just like very emotional. And it was, I pretty much locked myself in a room for 7 years, just let myself go, gained a lot of weight, changed my whole how I look pre parent versus after. It's like two different people. You know what I'm saying? Like, and music got me through that. And so through that training, if you will, like it just sharpened me into being an elite rapper because I spent like I was homeless for like I see how people are homeless and crazy because they don't care about nothing but what's on their mind. Like I was like I just want to beat. That's all I care about, whether I record it or not. Like I just want to be in a place to perform it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't care if I don't care if a million people is there to watch me perform or one person because I'm really just here to scream on the mic. And so over time, that just I just built a I just built a skill. I just learned how to do it over time. And with Black Wall Street, like I always say, when most activism starts with just being mad at the man,
Mm-hmm.
because like the man ain't a tangible person. It's it's like it's throwing a rock in the ocean until you really get down to the bottom. You know what I'm saying? To the bottom
Mm-hmm.
of it. So a lot of people be activists out of emotion, which is the first line of activism or speaking out. They just be personally angry and frustrated about their personal stuff,
And they get stuck right there.
and they take it out on like whatever. You know, they get stuck right there and
Mm-hmm.
they take it out on like fighting the power. When really they're really not passionate about fighting the power. They're just mad. You know what I'm saying? At something. And then if they really are about it, they, you know what I'm saying, you heal, you go through your stages of like, no, I'm really out here for the people, or some people just stop. You know what I'm saying? They just stop once they realize. And that's with everything. Some people get to the NFL and be like, I don't love football like I thought. Like I was just doing it because it was therapeutic. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't love the game, so let me get away from it. So it's that same maturation process. But yeah, over time, bro, I just learned how to rap so well enough anyway. I still feel like I get better every day because I wasn't born to be a rapper. But but I love the creation of it. And I want to say 2019,
Mm-hmm.
uh when I feel like I gotta do it, like I was things were starting to happen for me. Just ended up in the Rolling Stone, ended up in South by Southwest. Me and Felix start working on a deal to start Skyline Records. So he was helping me, and so like things start looking up, and I was like, man, it's time to do this for real. And I'm 4 years into my festival. We brought Larry June that year, so like everything was starting to feel real, even for a Tulsa person. That
Mm-hmm.
that I was like, oh nah, this is what I'm about to do. And then COVID happened, and I had to like reset. But I was out of a job, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I was still like I was good enough to get through COVID without a job. And after COVID, Fire in Little Africa happened. So I've been I quit my job January 8th, 2020. That's when I started my LLC for music, Steph Simon,
Mhm.
1820 LLC, and that's when I've been doing it full time ever since.
Your sound is very Tulsa, but it's also universal. How would you describe your music to someone who heard it for the first time?
Man, it's a roadmap to the original city, the original black city. It's the soundtrack to the original black city and to the original entrepreneur is what I like to say because
Mhm.
I know black scares people away, but it's the soundtrack to the original entrepreneur, the land of the original entrepreneur. It sound like it tastes like it smell like it feel like it. It sounds like the family reunion. It sounds like it's just that whole experience. Um, that's briefly that's what my music is. It took some time to make it universal, but that was the challenge. How does Kendrick make Compton sound so universal? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
How does Outkast make Atlanta sound so universal for everybody to hear it, not just Atlanta?
Mhm.
What will make somebody from New York want it? And the great thing about that is the world, everybody wants to be entrepreneurs or own their own something.
Mhm.
And with us being the soundtrack for that, these past 5 years, I think it's no better time than now, you know, to lead by example and to keep pumping that content. We all should, not just me. Like we all should be speaking this way, like the sound is the sound of Tulsa. Everybody wants live sounds now. Like we're tired of the same sounds. We're tired of the same stories.
Mhm.
Uh, and what we love about Nipsey so much, that's Tulsa. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's us. That's our everyday. And I just want to articulate that in the best way I can because there was never a reason for somebody from Compton or LA to listen to Tulsa because like we're already LA. But
Mhm.
if I'm from LA and I want to start my own company, business, podcast, whatever, like I want to listen to the people from the land that started this owner, this you know what I'm saying? This ownership,
Mhm.
black love, and this black community and this black infrastructure. That's why they want to listen to us, and I want to be that person.
That's
'Cause
why I feel like my bad for cutting you off, but with this platform, I could go get the little youngsters because it's a lot of talent in the town. But I mean, I went and reached out to Critical, Nine Miller, Dangerous Rob,
mhm.
Player 1000. You know what I'm saying? Go grab the vets. Go grab the originals. You know what I'm saying? Go grab those who before streaming and
Right.
you know what I mean, YouTube and all. Go get those who had to get out there and actually push. Young Villain. You know what I mean? I went and got those. Like I said, I had to get you on her. I mean, get the guys who really put the footwork in.
Mhm. I be feeling like I'm the last of that era, and I think I be feeling like my music is the last of like if I stop, that era is like closed, and that kind of keeps me going too
Mm-hmm.
because I came up on that. That made me. You know what I'm saying? 918 Lethal, um, like Young Hustlers Coalition,
Mm-hmm.
uh, Resistance, Big
That's,
Red.
that's that Tulsa sound.
I came up on that. You know what I'm saying? Like I was raised on local rap. Isco say Villain.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I'm a student of our shit
Mm-hmm.
just as much as I'm a student of BET and MTV. I'm a student of our music all the way to our filmmaker, our videographers, our producers, our promoters, our venues that we had. Like I am a student of what was out here in Tulsa. And at 37, like I'm one of the last ones left carrying that represents and feels like that era. I do it in a way for the new people. But
Mm-hmm.
like I said, bro, if I feel like I really truly do feel like if I stopped, that era will close, and that's an era that I want to preserve and keep alive. You know what I'm saying? For sure.
I will say, you've been consistent with your storytelling in your music. You know what I mean? What stories are you trying to tell that the world need to hear?
Man, I'm trying to show them and tell them that the old way of maintaining success or reaching success only leads, it doesn't, it's not success like you think. um where I'm trying to tell a story of using money instead of getting money, and using money to create a system where instead of I got money, I made it, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
We got so much of that.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to get money and get good, but I want to tell the story of what do you do with it when you get good. Because if you look at it, if you take the currency of money away, and you trade it for views or likes, right?
Mm-hmm.
You start to sound like one of these people, like, I got 1,000,000 likes, I got 1,000,000 views. And it's like, to us, we like, what you doing with it?
Right.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
or you're just gonna hoard all of that likes and the attention. Like, what are you gonna do with that when you get it?
Mm-hmm.
You know? Because if you're the only one, it's not fun. It's not fun being the only black person. And a driller game doesn't cost a lot of money. And I'm a baseball lover, but it's not fun being the only black person at the driller game.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be there with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, the concerts ain't fun rapping in front of just white people. I want to rap this shit with the people that come from me. You know what I'm saying? So like, you can really get too far away from what mattered, what's important, and that's the culture and the community. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, after a while, it feel like you just took your ball. Imagine everybody hooping at Cheyenne or Chamberlain or Lacey Park outside, and you take your ball and you go somewhere and hoop, and it's a nice court, and you by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But it's lights, it's a good rim. You're gonna be like, man, I'm gonna go back over and play with them on the double rim, because that's the value, that's the community, that's the money, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell the story of, like, that's not important if it don't come with the people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If we're not trying to get the people, and it ain't even just getting people to nice things, it's getting people in a system that just constantly revolves, you know what I'm saying, nice things for us. So, and we do it in examples of, like, Bulldogs football, and like, we nurture these kids from kids to mighty mites all the way to the league. You know what I'm saying? Like, we create systems for certain things, but we don't create systems for everything. We don't have systems where all the churches talk to each other. We don't have systems where all the podcasts and media and black arts talk to each other and know what's going on. We don't have systems where all the artists, you know what I'm saying, congregate and talk to each other and know what's going on. Like, we don't have those systems. And so that's the story that I'm trying to tell, and I'm trying to show people too. Also.
I'm glad you said that, because my partner been on me. He maybe like a month ago, he was saying he want to get all the podcasters and all the people that do social media here in the town together and have like a convention where we could all meet up, exchange, you know what I mean, communicate. You know what I mean? Same thing you saying. Where instead of just being, oh, this platform over here and they buy themselves,
Yeah.
that platform over there and they buy, you know what I mean? Everybody could eat it. It's too
Everybody
much
can
for
eat,
all of us.
and we have to value everybody on a level of like we need a year. We need a year. We need 5 years, honestly, of the internet removing follower count, like count, view count. We need to go back to
Mm-hmm.
that.
Real networking, real
Yeah,
communication.
that kind of killed us. That kind of killed us and placed our value. I want to do an interview with whoever wants to speak to me because
Mm-hmm.
I have something to say, and everything I'm going to say is going to age well, whether 5 people seen it today or tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? A million people see it tomorrow. The mission is the mission. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care if you have a million. I'm gonna treat you like Jay Leno. I'm gonna treat you like Stephen A. Smith. I'm gonna like um you know what I'm saying? I got the same message for first take. If they call me today, they ask me these questions, these are the answer they're gonna get. And so like once we get past like I ain't I ain't talking to them. They only got 100 followers or whatever. And it's like we got to get back to valuing these people or valuing people as people aside
I'm,
from their numbers and views.
I'm glad you said that. I ain't gonna call the person out, but I reached out to a brother down here last year on my platform. Reached out to him on Facebook, and he was like, "How many subscribers you got?" And I told him the number. I'll holler at me when you get a bigger platform. All right, cool, brother. I ain't worried about you.
Yeah,
But
like for what? It's either do you have time to do it or you don't.
mm-hmm,
It's not holler at you when you get a bigger platform. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not to me, that's not how it worked. Like when Nipsey Hussle died, Nipsey one of my favorite rappers, so I use him as an example a lot. He got interviews I ain't never seen that was popping up that he was saying stuff of substance in
mm-hmm,
'98, like when nobody knew him or the platform, you know.
exactly. That's right.
And like, but the
Mm-hmm,
interview and the message got heard, so the platform did their job. Whether it took 25 years for that for that seed to grow, or
mm-hmm.
whether it grew the day y'all posted it, it did its job. You know what I'm saying? And people don't look at that, bro. I'm trying to plant seeds everywhere. Some seeds are oak trees, some seeds are quick flowers, some
Mm-hmm.
seeds is grass, some is apple tree. Like that ain't for me to like I'm gonna water and do my due diligence. But who Nipsey became is what made that interview from 1998 resurface
Mm-hmm.
because of what he became, not because of what the platform became. Like you have to keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like that makes sense. Like
Something I want to talk to you about, though. My bad for cutting you
you
off.
good.
I want to talk about the fire in Little Africa.
Yeah, for sure.
Had a huge role in that. You know what I mean? And so for you, what was that project really about? For you?
Man, I went into that project just wanting to create a like a moment, a legacy, a real commemoration, a real thank you, a real honorable like ode to North Tulsa, like straight up, like this is for y'all to enjoy. It's 2021. This is our moment. This is the album for this moment, for now and beyond. It's not gonna get bigger or better than this. Um, and that's how I went into it. 50 people explained to every last person, this ain't no money grab. Ain't nobody even gonna make no money off of it. It's impossible to make. It's too many people on this project to even come up off of this project.
Mm-hmm.
If you know how the business and streams work, it's too many people. So let's just do this for all the hard work we've been putting in. Let's do this for the town and leave it at that and get back to work when we get back to our own personal things. But for this project, we coming together no matter what. I don't care who thinks they bigger or better than anyone. We're not doing this for y'all. We're doing this for people. We wouldn't even have this opportunity if people didn't get murdered and slaughtered on the street. You know what I'm saying? So I always hold that near and dear to my reasonings for why we did it, and I do my best to preserve and respect our history. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not a descendant. You know what I'm saying? I'm just fond of where I'm from, and I just wanted to make sure there was, even to the contract, like when Motown came into play,
Mm-hmm.
just making sure we kept our independence and making sure like nothing, we took zero L's business wise. You know what I'm saying? I made sure that every form and fashion of it. So that's what it meant to me. Probably the hardest I've ever worked on a project before in my life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because that project connects hip hop with the 1921 massacre. Did you feel a certain responsibility carrying that history into music?
Hell yeah. Every time I open my mouth and talk about it, um, I was very knowledgeable about it from just researching forever. When 2017, I knew 2021 was coming, and
Mm-hmm.
I had a project that I was working on already because I just knew 2021 was coming because I heard Oprah wanted to do a documentary come 2021. And I was just like, man, I want to be on top of this when all the lights and cameras and stuff come so they can speak to somebody real and really from here. And I worked, bust my ass to be that person. So, very responsible. I didn't think there was nobody better than for me to speak and lead that. And I did the best I can, and I'm still, you know what I'm saying, still living by it for sure.
When you look back, I mean, what moments from Fire in Little Africa stick with you the most?
The arguments behind the scenes, it's locker room stuff. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? Real leadership shit, bro. Real letting people down. This song made it. This song didn't make it. I'm sorry. It was like hard knocks, football training TV. Like being one of those people and trying to keep trust and get to the point where it was like, if y'all don't know me by now, then you just gotta live with how people feel about you. And you know what I'm saying? There was a lot to bear and a lot of arrows that I took and a lot of like misconception and a lot of, you know what I'm saying, assumption and just carrying all that, bro, for the carrying all that for everything that I previously stated, because I want to keep it preserved and taking
Mm-hmm.
all those bullets and like for for the legacy. You know what I'm saying? Like if it wasn't going, I knew it wasn't gonna kill me like the people that got killed. You know what I'm saying? I knew it wasn't gonna kill me, so I was like, I'm built for it. But yeah, that was my favorite part was the bad and the ugly part. It doesn't get done without my endurance.
I want to talk about the Dreamland Festival. So, that has become a staple in Tulsa. What was the vision behind it when it first started?
So it started at World Culture Music Festival in 2016. I created a festival, bro. I was working at iPay Setters, and I just wanted to get out of that situation. And if you don't know what iPay Setters is, for those watching, it's an outbound cold call center where you call people, the scam likely phone numbers that hit pop up on your phone, and they try to
Mm-hmm.
sell you something before you hang up. That's what I was doing for work because I believed in my music so much. I would never take a real job because I always would take a show or travel or tour. And so jobs with high turnover rates like that would keep me because I was above way exceptional for the job. As long as I show up, they would keep me there.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, you don't want to be there. You know what I'm saying? And you're chasing this dream and shit. So I built a festival in that job at my desk while working, and created it. It was called World Culture Music Festival, which is a representation of me and my closest friends and music brothers in this music here in Tulsa, and just wanting to do something bigger than the shows that we were doing. The city was dominated by the clubs at the time. We weren't club music making music artists, so we weren't never getting those type of opportunities. So I just wanted to create something that was big and sound big, and world culture music sound big, and I approached it professionally. And because I approached it big and professionally, people reacted to it in that manner, and it was huge. And after 2021, after Fine Little Africa came out, um, the Watchmen
Mm-hmm.
episode where they bombed the Dreamland Theater, I just like was like, man, what the hell would happen if that theater was still here? Just looking for venues here in Tulsa is very hard because you black and you rap, and they don't really want rap in these venues like that. So it was very hard to like find a venue, and it was just like, man, I wish that was still here. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I wish the Dreamland Theater was still here because that would be, like I said, our Apollo. That would be our spot. It would be our movie theater, and it would be our, you know what I'm saying, performing arts theater.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just on some like, it don't gotta be a place. It can just be a fest. You know what I'm saying? That experience. How can I like grab that experience into a festival form? And I was trying to bring Dreamville to Tulsa that year. So I thought Dreamville at Dreamland, that was what I was going for. J. Cole. I was trying to bring J. Cole. And I shot for J. Cole and ended up on La Russell and Rhapsody, which is not a bad, you know what I'm saying? Ain't for the sun, you might hit a star.
Yeah.
Like that's how I felt. So I went for J. Cole and everybody on Dreamville, and because I read that Booker T. Washington coined, he's the one that went back to New York and was like, that's Black Wall Street. What they got going on in Tulsa is Black Wall Street, which is why they named Booker T the school after him, because he coined that.
Mm-hmm.
And I always say J. Cole is the Booker T. Washington of rap. And I wanted him to coin Tulsa as Dreamland. I feel like we need, Dugtown is great and we can keep that on the first 48. That's great. Whatever gets people to remember us, that's great. But I wanted J. Cole to be like, this is Dreamland. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I pushed for him to do it. And I was just like, I didn't get him, of course, but I wanted to keep the name Dreamland. So I changed the name to Dreamland Festival for all those reasons. But and now the festival is big and beyond me, and the mission has changed. Dreamland Festivals will be the festival that funds so many movements, that builds the infrastructure that I see we deserve, which is the hip hop education section, the small business grants, and Dreamland Music Group. There's the entertainment section of Tulsa. We're going to create just the infrastructure that things like this have an audience constantly, not just come festival season, but an audience around the world that it's like it's going to be just as strong as getting the BET app on your phone. It's going to be that strong. So that's what I'm trying to build now.
I mean, yeah, because you could have just focused on your own music, but instead you built a platform for others. So why was that so important for you?
Just cause like I said, bro, I'm not in Atlanta, I'm not in LA. I can rap my way to the top and climb social ladders in those cities where infrastructure is already built. I don't want to move I love it here. And those cities are now fighting to try to be like us. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I know my music is great, but in order for my music to live, I don't want to sign a traditional deal. So it's like create an audience. And that's why I postponed the festival. I'm creating an album called All Roads Lead to Dreamland. And that album is an invitation, and it's the festival experience, how I want you to feel. It feels like a tailgate, like a Jackson State tailgate
Mm-hmm.
or a Atlanta versus Saints game, like before the game. It feels like that. And I'm going to push it out to the world. And that's my plan, to draw everyone to this festival. And the ticket price directly goes into a fund that I will fund, like I said, small business grants, um, grants for artists to create albums and projects. What I'm doing here at TMC Records at McLean High School, I want to put it at 3 more schools to create like album of the year awards and artist of the year and videographer of the year. So when they come out of high school, people like yourself, hey, I need a podcast. My network is getting bigger. I can't interview nobody no more. Do you got any interviewers that fit this criteria? I'm gonna be like, yeah, I got some seniors about to graduate that can come work for you. You know what I'm saying? So just like how colleges recruit football and basketball players, I want businesses to recruit cameramen. I want McDonald's to be like, we need a jingle. Do you got somebody that can make a quick? I got a hit maker right here that can make you a jingle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got somebody that can make you a song. And that's just out of high school. So all these things that I'm just trying to build that will just generate, like I said, a BET, the prime years of BET before they sold it to Viacom.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to create something like that. So it's more than just wanting to be a rapper. I want to be like Bob Johnson. I just happen to rap. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Bob Johnson didn't create BET so he can be an actor on, you know what I'm saying? Like on a show. It's just that's just my love and my passion. But if I was a cook, I would be a cook. You know what I'm saying? It's just rap is what I love to do and performance what I love to do. But what I'm doing all this shit for is like it's gonna be a system that's implemented that is gonna be normal once a 5-year-old is 25. They're just gonna be like, yeah, I want to rap. Oh man, I got signed by this person. I did an interview. Like your audience is going to be what that got turned down.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? By that time,
Mm-hmm.
everybody would benefit.
I got just a few more questions for you. But like you know what I'm saying, working in McLean with helping the students create music. What do you see in the next generation of Tulsa artists?
Substance, 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 and know-how. Um, know-how, man. I'm excited uh to be a part of the new generation. I'm excited to be the farmer for the new generation. I'm excited to be the miner. I'm excited to be like the coach, the mentor for a lot of artists in the new generation. And if I'm not directly there watching the students that I've put out, you know what I'm saying? And they're gonna know how to book their own shows. They're not gonna wait on a promoter to book them. They're not gonna wait on somebody to see value in them to make some quick money. They're gonna know how to do business. They're gonna know their worth. They're gonna there's gonna be more all ages shows for the youth to attend, that changes their lives quicker. They're going to be able to maximize their fan bases that you have right out of high school, that's the sweet spot, is right when you graduate and all your friends are 19 and outside and active. You maximize, you know what I'm saying? That's the time where you throw a big event and you make 10, 20, $30,000 in one night and you're 19 years old. You know what I'm saying? And you know what to do, which is the most important thing, is because of classes and programs like this. Once you make that much money or you go viral or all these things, you know what to do after that. It's not to spend the money and it's over with. You know how to go. So I'm excited for that for sure.
What's next for you? You got any projects we should be watching for?
Man, I'm about to put out a project called The Lost Gems, and then which is about finding the Tulsa sound, which a lot of people think is a heavy West Coast sound. But now that like Kendrick has really solidified the West Coast sound, they're going to be able to be distinctive of the sound that I'm rapping on and the sound that you hear from a lot of Snoop, Dash, Corrupt, Black Tovin, Battle Cat, Jelly Roll. Like a lot of that sound is Tulsa sound. And I just want people to understand the similarity and the distinction of like Gap Band and the West Coast sound. And I'm happy Kendrick did what he did because that's the West Coast sound. And it's going to make people decipher the two better. So the Lost Gems, man, that's something I'm looking forward to. And hopefully it just inspires Tulsa to get on that wave of sound and just keep our identity afloat. You know what I'm saying? And then All Roads Lead to Dreamland is just straight getting everybody to understand the benefit of Dreamland Festival and to attend it. I want everybody to attend it.
If you had one message for the youth coming up in Tulsa right now, what would it be?
It's okay to be yourself. It's okay to not cater to it's okay to not cater to what it's okay to not cater to the perception. And a lot of them are looked at as like bad kids and stuff like that. And they just feed into it. They're like, well, since you already think I'm a street nigga, I'm gonna just be that. It's okay to like not, you know what I'm saying, prove them wrong by just being yourself and being great at being you. I got a student that just feels like he has to be hard and hard to work with because that's what the greatest artists are, just like this. And I'm like, you ain't got to be that way. You know what I'm saying? So it's just okay to not feed into that, man. It's okay to have parents that love you. A lot of people got them and they just be like, but ain't nobody gonna respect nobody with a mama and a dad. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have that. That's all right, bro. It's okay that you're not weak if you got that. I want people to just appreciate what they got, man, for real.
It's okay to be a nerd.
It's all right. It's okay. I'm a big one.
Man, I got a library over here.
I'm a big one. You know what I'm saying? And for the adults, it's okay to show that to them so they can feel like it's okay.
For anyone listening who wants to support your movement, where can they tap in with you?
And DreamlandTulsa.com, StephSimon.us, Steph X Simon on Instagram is probably the most active on, Facebook, and Steph Simon on Facebook. But the websites for sure, DreamlandTulsa.com, StephSimon.us are the best options.